What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to SeaWorld Productions. She-Hulk Season 2 has been canceled? What? Now, you guys, Tatiana Maslany, Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, the actress in the MCU, came out kind of giving an update on if we could possibly get a Season 2 for She-Hulk. And she came out stating that she doesn't think that Marvel or Disney is going to do a Season 2 of She-Hulk, because they went over their budget in Season 1. Now, granted, we don't know how much the original budget for the show was. We don't. But apparently the budget ended up being $225. Not $225, you guys. We're talking $225 million for an average basic show. Now, a movie budget and a TV show budget are two very different things. Very different things. There's no way in hell a TV show should have a budget even close to $200 million. But when you're doing a character like She-Hulk, which requires a lot of visual effects in damn near each episode, it's going to skyrocket your budget. And I can understand where Disney and Marvel are very hesitant to even greenlight a She-Hulk 2. Because ultimately, with these characters, you guys, you want to see them on the big screen. I know I do. And you want to be able to make money off these characters on the big screen. Now, let's say if they did She-Hulk and that was a movie, and She-Hulk came out and the budget was $225, right? Now, the state of the MCU right now and how their box office has kind of been, like the Marvels being the lowest grossing MCU film of all time, we don't know what She-Hulk's numbers would have did if they would have had a movie. We have no idea. But it is a risk and it's a gamble to do certain projects or bringing certain characters to light within the MCU. It is honestly a risk. It is. Now, you know, She-Hulk ultimately wasn't a terrible show. I didn't enjoy it more than others did. I thought the first episode was peak. Then everything after that just kind of fell flat for me. The Daredevil stuff was cool. Him doing the whole walk of shame. I didn't really get the whole comedy of She-Hulk. That's not really my comedy. Honestly, it's not. So I can understand where Disney Marvel is hesitant on greenlighting a Season 2. It wasn't that well received. The CGI, and it kills me. The budget was $225, right? And some of the visual effects were so bad on She-Hulk. I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa. $225. And some of the visual effects are terrible? Where's the budget going to? Where? Is it the salaries? How much did Mark Ruffalo get paid? You know what I mean? It makes no sense to me that the budget could be that much and the visual effects of the show weren't peak and weren't on par to what we've seen. It still kills me to this day, you guys, that we haven't had a great visual effects on a Hulk since like Endgame. And Hulk's visual effects have been peak, you guys, in the first Avengers. Go back and watch that film. Now, granted, Paramount distributed that movie. It was, wait, did Paramount? Am I crazy? No, I don't think Paramount. What am I thinking? I'm thinking Iron Man. But even still, the visual effects in Phase 1 were so good. They were great. I just don't understand why this, the struggle with the visual effects department right now within the MCU is taking such a massive hit. Now, I get that, they're pressuring, Victoria Alonso. Hey, quit it. Victoria Alonso kind of went out and, she was really pressuring the visual effects artists, giving these undoable release dates and undoable deadlines and stuff of that nature. That plays an effect into the visual effects artists as well. Look at Avatar. Look at Avatar 2, The Way of Water. It took years to make, and the visual effects were astonishing. So there's no excuse. There's honestly no excuse to be having poor visual effects. And it's very frustrating. And, I'm going on a whole rant, a whole tangent, you know what I mean? But, look, with She-Hulk Season 2, I'm completely okay with She-Hulk not having a Season 2. As long as you introduce her in more projects, that being in the theatrical films. I know that the Hulks were rumored to be having an appearance in Captain America: Brave New World, which I'm fine with. Red Hulk was about to, was supposed to show up. Bruce was about to show up. She-Hulk, it was going to be like a big Hulk movie. I'm okay with that. That's a massive film. That's Captain America 4. Captain America Civil War made $1 billion at the box office. So will Captain America Brave New World, live up to the expectations? Can Anthony Mackie, hold his own movie? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. Are a lot of people bought into the idea of Sam Wilson, Falcon, being the new Captain America? It still seems there is that debate that, Sam Wilson isn't Captain America, where in my eyes he is. I love Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That show was so good to me, but there are also the rumors of like them doing a World War Hulk film. I'm like, well, maybe She-Hulk can appear in that, or your next 2 Avengers movies. Obviously, she has to appear. But I'm like, it's really hit or miss for certain Marvel shows to get a season 2. Realistically, Loki's the only one to have a season 2. What If had a season 2. Miss Marvel had a continuation, in the Marvels. WandaVision was a continuation into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So, it ultimately seems like, they do the one and done season, and then they have these big name characters appear in films, which I'm fine with. Like I said, I'm completely okay with that. Like, I want to see She-Hulk return, but in a movie scale. I want to see just how better the visual effects can be within, compared to the Disney Plus Marvel TV shows, because I know that they can be so much more better. It's bumming a lot of fans out right now that, She-Hulk season 2 probably most likely won't happen because of the upscale budget of these shows. Look at Amazon, the Rings of the Power show. That budget for that shit was damn near almost $500 million. And that show was garbage. It was bad. And I'm not a hater, and I don't want to be a negative person, but it kills me because I love The Lord of the Rings. I even enjoyed some of The Hobbit, but The Lord of the Rings are so near dear to my heart, you know what I mean? And to see that show, and it's just like, I was just so disappointed. So disappointed. And with that budget, that's just, it's insane to me. It's insane to me. And that's another issue right now that Hollywood is kind of having. The budgets of these projects are so large. Apparently, update on the not Fantastic Four, the Fast and the Furious franchise. Apparently, they're cutting the budget down significantly and going back to the old style of the why am I keep saying Fantastic Four? Of the Fast and the Furious. Because there's no reason why a Fast and the Furious movie should cost $350 million to make. No reason. No reason at all. It is insane how much these studios are spending on these budgets to get these projects made and not seeing any kind of profit. That is concerning. I know if I was, head of a studio and, I put $300 million into a project and then my movie only made $250 in return, oh, I'm pissed. I'm mad. But you also have to know and learn and listen to the fans and understand what we want to see, and don't just release any old whatever, even if it fits in your whole timeline. Because ultimately, you got to sell the fans. You have to. You have to. Drop the budget, you guys. Drop the budget. And don't give these heavy visual effects characters a Disney Plus show. You can't. You can't do that. It's unfortunate, but you can't do that. Look at, I'm all stuttering and shit. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that She-Hulk season 2 is well deserved? Do you think that Tatiana Maslany, deserves the second season of She-Hulk, or do you think that Disney should start pulling the plugs on certain characters when it comes to the Disney Plus content? I honestly think it's a good idea. I heard Blade is going to be about $100 million to make, and I'm like, that's fine. $100 million to make a Blade movie? It doesn't need to be $250 million. Look at the first Blade film. Now, granted, that was in the 90s. You adjust to inflation, blah, 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 whatever. But, you don't need these massive upscale budgets to create, a great quality story. It starts with the story and the characters first, then everything comes into play. But put your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about She-Hulk Season 2 apparently not being greenlit because of the high budget of Season 1. Thoughts and opinions, you guys. Put your comments down below and let me know. Peace.